Hello, everyone. This is Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, the Disrupt Meister. Welcome to the One Bitcoin Show. Today is October the 21st, 2018. Strong hand, long-term thinking, unconfiscatable Bitcoin is next Bitcoin. One Bitcoin equals one Bitcoin. Everything I talk about is linked to in the video below, disruptmeister.com. Get all my old shows down there. Get your t-shirts, your Trezor affiliate links below. And remember, on December 3rd and 4th, I am speaking at the digitalcurrencycon.com in New Orleans. There's a 20% discount code at a link below. Use the Meister code. I look forward to seeing all of you in New Orleans on December 3rd and 4th. It is going to be a blast. Vortex will also be there. Blake Anderson will also be there, so it'll be a lot of fun. And then I'll be in Los Angeles from December 5th to 12th. And then after that, well, you'll see soon enough. But okay, I also want to say on Friday, we had a great This Week in Bitcoin show. Marty Bent, Jeet, and Federico Tenga were all on. And yesterday's show, the Saturday, if you like Beyond Bitcoin, I went way beyond Bitcoin yesterday on the Saturday show, if you want to check that out. But This Week in Bitcoin, again, you can see all my old This Week in Bitcoin shows at techbalt.com, techbalt.com. And Jeet brought up a really excellent point. He said that that a big story that might have been overlooked last week, that was overshadowed by the Fidelity story, and I linked to this below. This is from CNBC. David and Yale investment chief David Swensen jumps into crypto with bets on 2 Silicon Valley funds. The most influential endowment manager just jumped into crypto with bets on the Silicon Valley funds. Now, I don't like to put people out on pedestals and make people seem all great. Oh, David Swensen. But G did point out that a lot of people follow what this dude does. He has a lot of followers. I mean, I don't encourage people to be followers, but hey, 80%ers are going to do what they're going to do. So this was interesting news, and I didn't hear talked about much. And if you watched the This Week in Bitcoin show that was on Friday, Jeet did bring this up. So, and he thought it was bigger than the Fidelity news, which is great. Again, my point in bringing all this up, in time, they're all going to join the party. They're all going to want to play where the big boys play here in the land of Bitcoin. So definitely check that out. Make up your own mind about that. I've got a strong hand, and it'll all happen eventually. And yeah, by the end of this week, we'll be talking about Bitcoin ETF again. Will it be approved? Oh my God! Yeah, eventually, dudes. Eventually. Yeah, but Jeet was all the guests were great. They've got great Twitter feeds. Follow them, of course, and of course, pound that like button. Pound that freaking like button if you like this video, and if you're a fan of the show, which I know you are. All right, so here is a good tweet out there from Paul BTC. I don't agree 100% with this. Okay. Bitcoin is political. It makes 2 strong statements. Money and state should be separated. A deflationary currency is superior. If you believe this, you are a Bitcoiner, and all else is irrelevant. Well, I will say this. Those 2 things are true. But I don't like saying Bitcoin is political, though. It's, that's a good way of tossing it into the political space, I guess. It makes 2 strong political statements, let's say. 2, the number 2, so strong political statements that I definitely, that most people don't even care about in crypto now, that the state should be separated. Money in the state should be separated. People who get into crypto, they don't care about that. And a deflationary currency is superior. Well, yeah, a lot of people who get into crypto don't give a darn about that either. But hey, again, if you realize those 2 things, yeah, then most likely you are a Bitcoiner. if you are in this space because of those two things, yeah, you probably definitely are one. So good reminder of the political statements that Bitcoin makes. But I don't like to say Bitcoin is political, because politics, they're mindless. Politics is mindless. And but you can, if you want to go into that world, just share these two great political statements that Bitcoin makes. Also, there was a show a few days ago where I was asking about a sign outside here in Santiago, Chile, that I saw that dealt with Bitcoin. And a guy from Chile I got in touch with, and he said that most likely the sign simply meant that someone out there was trying to sell their Bitcoin for Chilean pesos at a discount, because if he did it for cash, he wouldn't have to pay taxes. He was avoiding taxes. Now, I don't know. I don't know when you sell Bitcoin in Chile, I am not familiar with the tax situation. So I guess it probably is not a fun situation. It must be a high tax rate if this person was going to these lengths to sell for a cheaper price and posting a sign on a freaking light post. Anyway, thank you for the person who helped explain that to me. And yeah, again, good luck selling your Bitcoin for Chilean pesos for a discount. That's your business. For me, it's bullish to see, just walking around randomly around the corner from here, to see a homemade Bitcoin sign just in the middle of Santiago, Chile. That's great stuff. Something that we also talked about on the This Week in Bitcoin show was an article that I linked to below by Pierre Rochard called Bitcoin Buyers of Last Resort. And it's an interesting concept. He talks about the 6 different types of Bitcoin buyers of last resort. The people who are just supporting the price that in terms of fiat. And he doesn't mention Hoffman liners, but I'll add that. But the concept of buyer of last resort is a good one, though, and is another example of something that TA, technical analysis, cannot factor in. There are, in stocks where you can do this TA stuff, apparently, they don't have buyers of last resort who actually use the stocks. So with Bitcoin, an example of a buyer of last resort is a person who just every week pays people in Bitcoin. He pays his employees in Bitcoin. And there are a few people like that. So every week he's got to buy Bitcoin. He's got to buy, no matter what the price, he's got to buy it. That doesn't exist in the stock market. People don't get paid in stocks. They don't buy stocks to pay people with the stocks. Bitcoin is just a different animal with different price factors to consider that we're not used to. We're used to traditional financial markets, and you can't use most of those things. Bitcoin can be some people buy Bitcoin, and no matter what the price, but they're experimenting with it. They're trying to build stuff on top of. Again, read the article. Unfortunately, Matt Odell has a tweet out there, and this unfortunately describes a certain type of buyer of last resort also that Pierre did not describe, and it's an unfortunate one. Bitcoin is the perfect money for kidnapping / ransoms. Right now, that puts Bitcoin holders at higher risk, but soon it will result in increased kidnapping risk for the wealthy worldwide, regardless of Bitcoin ownership. Okay, they'll be expected to buy Bitcoin to pay the ransom. So unfortunately, people who get in situations where they're kidnapped and people have to pay their ransoms, those people are going to be Bitcoin buyers of last resort, because they're going to have to buy Bitcoin no matter what the price is. They won't care what the price is. The person will say, I need 6 Bitcoin, I'll release your dad. And they'll buy it. They won't care if the Bitcoin's $7,000 or $10,000. They're going to get the 6 Bitcoin. And that's an unfortunate buyer of last resort, but I combine those two subjects. But yes, unfortunately, Bitcoin is a currency for kidnappers. That's just the way it is. There's bad and good. There's no emotion and feelings behind money here, and that's life. There are going to be bad people who use it for bad things. There are going to be good people. You can't stop it. It's uncensorable, unconfiscatable. Okay, so the great Jim Piper who originated the term cyber busker. He sent me a video. I linked to it below. Everything I talk about in this video is linked to below. He made a Bitcoin song. It kind of sounds like the Sex Pistols a little bit. That style of 1978 punk rock type of stuff there. So check that out. It's funny. I always, he's in motion, dude. He wants you to give him a donation in crypto for his cyber busking, for singing crypto songs. So yeah, he sang about crypto people, and that's cool. He's in. I appreciate dudes in motion. In motion, pound that like button, people. All right, now, part of, well, there are people out there on Twitter who trade crypto, okay, and they're very proud of it. And in their freaking Twitter profiles, so many people, I'm a crypto trader. I'm a crypto trader. Let me tell you something. I'm a crypto trader. I mean, you are putting yourself out there as a target. Now, let me say, if you're a crypto trader and you're paying your taxes, then that's probably a wise thing to do in the United States, okay? If you're a crypto trader and you're saying you're a crypto trader and you're one of those 24-year-old guys that have been doing this without paying a dime and have been going back and forth, and you're saying you're a crypto trader on a social media platform, okay, it's just not a good idea. It's not a good idea. I mean, you're asking for an audit. I mean, even like the fattest, least employee at the IRS, the laziest, fattest employee at the IRS, they just do a simple Twitter search on like crypto trader, and they'll get all the profiles of people saying they're a crypto trader. Figure out who they are. It's that easy to do. That's how we'll do our audit today. So, dudes, be careful what you're doing out there. Again, I just say don't trade crypto. Buy and hold. You don't pay in the United States. You pay the taxes when you sell the Bitcoin, okay? When you turn it into the fiat there, all right? So for the people, for the great crypto, the so-called great crypto traders out there who are telling the world that you might want to be a little bit quieter about it, because eventually someone at your local tax authority is going to do the easiest search possible for audits there, and hopefully you will have again, taxation is theft. I'm just saying what the rules are out there, and you're being silly if you're telling the whole world on social media that you're the big bad crypto trader. Okay, pound that freaking like button. So Vinny Lingham was clearly misquoted in one of these two articles that I linked to below. And I share this because this is the state of the crypto media and the state of cryptocurrency in general. Be careful what you read out there. So much, just because it's in some official looking publication doesn't mean it's true. I've said it a million times, there's a lot of crypto noise. There's just a lot of people that are going to straight up lie. And there's like a lot of careless, immature people out there who don't care if they get the story right or not. It's really an immature space we're in many different aspects of it are immature and really need to get a bit more professional. And you, as a strong hand holder of Bitcoin, got to be careful that you don't get, you don't believe everything you read, and you don't get your hands don't get weakened by articles like this. So here is this is the story he retweeted out. He spoke at an event in South Africa, and he was talking about the bubble. And this article, which he tweeted out, which I assume, or he retweeted, excuse me, this quote from him: "Do I think we'll have another bubble? Probably, because people just don't learn. Once it broke through 20K, it would run to over 100K. And then we have the start of a new bubble bust cycle." Okay, that's your opinion. That's cool. But the other quote, the other article said, the Bitcoinist article, these are the ones who I think got it wrong. "Do I think we'll have another bubble? Probably, because people just don't learn. When it hits 20K again, it will fall back to $100 or something like that." Well, so you see, he mentioned 20K was mentioned in both, and then 100 was mentioned in both. But one, he says $100,000. The other, he says $100. There's a big difference between that. Okay, those quotes mean two completely different things. So be very careful. I mean, it's sad that I've ripped on the crypto media before, and this is just a pathetic example of what. And there's so many people out there that rip on the mainstream media for being fake news. Well, this is our own crypto media. I mean, I'm not. Be careful. Be careful out there, and that's unfortunate. And a few people actually went with that bad quote of Vinny and were ripping on him, but he didn't. He probably didn't even say it. Oh God, the trouble. So speaking of fake, I get an email today from Poloniex, or the other day from Poloniex, saying their privacy policy has been updated. Click here. The Poloniex privacy policies has updated. Oddly enough, it was to an email address that has nothing of mine, that has nothing to do with crypto. What's totally fake email? I mean, these phishers or whatever, these phishing emails are they come all the time. So if you dealt with Poloniex in the past for some reason and you get an email that says their privacy policy has changed, it was fake. If you got it like 2 days ago, like I did, be very careful, people. This space is filled with lies and mistakes, and there was a lie right there from a fake Poloniex email. Unfortunate. Now again, and this borders on lies and mistakes. The space is also filled with the conspiracy type of people who are just looking for boogeymen, looking for irrational explanations. Let's go back a year. I was just reminded, because I was going through some old comments where people were accusing me of supporting SegWit because I was being paid off by the people who, by Bitcoin Core or something, Blockstream. Everybody was paying me off, and that SegWit was just an attempt to take over Bitcoin, and all this insanity about SegWit. A lot of people don't remember this because they weren't around. This was over a year ago now. People don't remember the nonsense that was flying about SegWit. I mean, just the stories people will make up to try to trick people into their little story. And again, some of these people were Bcash supporters. Not all Bcash supporters are like this. But yeah, so we look back now, SegWit's working fine. It didn't blow up the world. It didn't take over. It didn't ruin Bitcoin. The government doesn't run Bitcoin now or anything. It wasn't a Trojan horse. Everything's fine. SegWit is great. And yet, over a year ago, the stories, the accusations about why people were supporting it, and now it's all forgotten, the people who are saying this stuff too. So again, every good story that comes out about Bitcoin, every bit of progress that Bitcoin makes, there are always going to be people out there that are going to be looking for boogeymen and because crypto is filled with so many lies, they just jump on the bandwagon and make up some lies about it. Have a strong hand. Be very careful of these people some of the people are just doing it because they're psychopaths or sociopaths. I don't know. They get some jolly out of it. But some people are trying to weaken your hand and trying to get your Bitcoin from you, or trying to promote some other coin as the next Bitcoin. But of course, Bitcoin is the next Bitcoin. Speaking of Bcash people that I mentioned Bcash a second ago, I stumbled upon a channel I didn't even know existed. It's like the N-Chain Satoshi's Vision channel. And, if you're a big fan of fake Satoshi, go on over there and you can see him giving lectures. And I had no idea it mentioned. So it existed. So if you want to keep up, I'm sure as this fork gets closer in Bcash land, they'll be putting up some promotional material over there because, hey, I mean, it's the N-Chain YouTube channel. I mean, they're gonna promote. It's their business. They can promote what they want to promote. They can try to become Bcash. Is Satoshi's Vision the next Bcash, or is Bcash the next Bcash? I do not know. We shall see. And there are people who are interested in this November the 15th fork, apparently. So yeah, that just came up on my related YouTube videos or whatever. So pound that freaking like button. What do we have here? Oh, this is about Bitfinex. This is good. This is good. And again, I'm not saying to buy Bcash. People don't misinterpret. I'm just saying there's other, if you're bored and you want to hear about these other altcoins and see their, it's interesting. Fake Satoshi is a character and obviously a big, he's a name in this space, in the crypto space. You can't deny that. You can't deny that. All right. Jalan Foster has this. This is a really good tweet. I like it. On a tombstone will read, "Here lies Bitfinex, who tweeted every 60 seconds for years, trying to prove something that didn't matter very much to Bitcoin's overall adoption." That puts the short-term thinking and the impulsiveness and long-term thinking into perspective. Yes, stuff is going on with Tether. In the long run, what's it going to mean for Bitcoin? What's it going to mean to me in 2021 when I'm holding my Bitcoin? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. That's a great tweet. I retweeted that. Thanks for that great tweet, dude. And of course, the Tether thing, obviously it's ongoing. The Bitfinex premium. And again, yeah, Bitfinex. This guy, Bitfinex, is just, he does tweet a lot about his Tether and Bitfinex. But what's going on at Bitfinex right now, the exchange Bitfinex, the premium in terms of dollars, again, I value my wealth in Bitcoin, of course, but it's only like $190 difference. The price of Bitcoin is $190 more than it is at other exchanges at Bitfinex now. So it's gone down in recent days. Whatever. If you're holding your Bitcoin, again, what does it matter? What does it matter? It doesn't matter. And finally, we have, for all you people who value your wealth in dollar, value your care about the dollar price of Bitcoin. Is there some of you out there that do and like to analyze and like to predict when the next pump is coming? When is it going to happen again? When is this market going to go catch on fire? In time is what I say. You just have to. But if you like that kind of thing, this is a article. I don't know this. It's linked to below. Bitcoin network momentum is another piece of the puzzle to help our understanding of Bitcoin fundamentals and their impact on price. Bitcoin network momentum looks at the relationship between Bitcoin's price and the Bitcoin value of daily transactions flowing through the blockchain. Okay, that's a good relationship to analyze if you care about the price. One thing that the article got into was that with the liquid network, when the exchanges start using that, you're not going to be able to see on the main blockchain all the daily transactions anymore. So they said that wouldn't invalidate this measurement, and he gave reasons why. So read the article. I thought immediately, well, won't that change the measurement? Won't that invalidate it? Anyway, it's an interesting measurement. Check it out. MGTOW Mentor sent me $2. Is that platform for Bitcoin protocol impractical? If you want to build something on top of it, build something on top of it. Yeah. Is it no, it's not impractical. Let someone make it, do what they're going to do. Second layer solutions. Let them experiment. Let it fail or succeed. I don't know. You'd rather do it than on Bitcoin than on Ethereum. Is that your point? I don't know. All right, MGTOW Mentor, though, I thank you for the $2. It's good to see a MGTOW in here, dude. Vention's not here right now. Vention comes in all the time. MGTOW Mentor, thank you, dude, for the $2 super chat. I really appreciate it. And finally, another person in motion, Yanni, in the land of Yisrael, in the land of Israel, in Tel Aviv, was in touch with me. And my brother, I will see you soon. He reminded me that he has a site called cryptopotato.com. And so, he posts stories on there and he's in motion. Tel Aviv has a great Bitcoin embassy where a lot of Bitcoin people hang out. I've hung out there before. Some really smart dudes there. I've met Yanni in person there before. And it'll be great to be back in Tel Aviv and to be in the Tel Aviv Bitcoin embassy with some of the smartest and most amazing Bitcoin people on the planet Earth over there. It's quite a group of characters. So Yanni, you got your shout out, you're in motion, cryptopotato.com. Everybody pound that like button. I'm Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, Disrupt Meister. Remember to subscribe to this channel, like this video, share this video. Check out the link section below. Click on those squares that are there. I'll see my other videos. And of course, bang that bell button to get reminders when the show goes live. I will see you guys in the chat. Have a good night. Bye-bye.